What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're in the shop tonight. I'm going to do a little review and a little repair on the pumps that I ordered, I don't know, it's about a year and a half ago. Anyway, I did a video on them, talking about them, what I was using them for. These are an 18 volt fuel transfer pump. It's made for pumping diesel fuel. As you see, I got this one in an oil bucket. I've been using it to pump oil. It works okay to pump lightweight oil. This 1540, as long as it's say 90 degrees, it does okay. If it gets cool, like 50 degrees, it does not work very well. But anyway, that's not the problem I'm having with it. The problem I'm having with them is battery related. I've got one of these rigged up on this oil bucket. I have another one rigged up to pump diesel fuel with, that I can just drop in a tank of fuel, pump fuel from a piece of equipment to another piece of equipment if I need to, or whatever the case may be, out of a drum. Anyway, they come in handy, using them for different stuff like this. And the batteries that they come with is these right here. Because I ordered two pumps, I have two batteries, but they only come with one battery per pump if you buy one of these. The way they charge is you plug it in the middle right here, just like that, with this little charger. It has a little light on it that turns green whenever it gets charged. No problem, works fine. Problem I've had with them, this battery here has went bad. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But it shows it's charged, but if you put it on the pump, it'll only run the pump like 30 seconds. And then you can hear the pump slow down, and then it just shuts off. This one here was working, but it got knocked off of something or bumped around. There's only two little bitty screws right here going in that thin little piece right there. And so just a slight little bump, it broke, and then it falls all apart, and then everything falls out of it and you can't use it anymore. So anyway, it's kind of a poor design right there. So they're special batteries that only fit this pump. They're 2.5 amp hour, 18 volt. And so it looks like it's just got like a little adapter deal on here that you can take a Phillips screwdriver, take this screw out, and we're going to remove this. It's not on there very well anyway. We're going to remove this and take the wires here. I bought a different adapter here that's supposed to take a Milwaukee battery. I got over here in my toolbox, I believe is where I put them at. Yeah. So I bought these things here. These are called Power Wheels adapters, what they're listed as, I believe. But you can mount them with 3 screws. We may just use that one. But they fit a Milwaukee battery like this. We slide on. That's 18 volt red lithium 5.0 Milwaukee. I don't have that locked in all the way yet, but anyway, that's what it's supposed to fit. And so we'll be able to use Milwaukee battery on this pump. And because this battery is 2.5 times the amp hours, from a 2.5 to a 5.0, it should run twice as long. Now, when these were brand new, the pump would run about 10 minutes. And if you're pumping diesel fuel, they'll pump about 7 gallons a minute through the filter I have on my other pump. So you can pump about 75 gallons roughly on the factory battery. So this ought to double that for us, and this is a better battery, so it may even be a little more. So I would expect to get 20 minutes of run time, or roughly that, out of these. And of course, Milwaukee makes some batteries that are a lot bigger and better now than that. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We'll take this thing apart here and see if we can get some wires exposed, and we'll simply wire this in, bolt it on, put our 5.0 battery on, and then we'll do the same thing to the other one, and we'll have our pumps back working again, or at least hopefully. It's going to be quite simple right here. Took this little screw out. It's just nothing but a wood screw, looks like. I'll lay it on the bucket there. Put it out. We got a hot in the ground, and I'm just going to snip these off, and we're going to put the other one on there, and then I will simply attach this back up there, and we will be Milwaukee powered there. I have to figure out, I may need to turn it, let's see which way it fits better for the battery. The way I got this, whether I want to mount it this way or the other way. I think it'll fit better this way, like that, and the wires are tucked in the bottom. the battery will slip down from the top. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Maybe. I don't know though. This one's got the screw at the top. With the screw at the top, the battery's going to be coming on from the bottom. I'll have to hold it up here and sort it out. Let me snip these off right here. Alright, I've got this adapter up here like that, and I put some heat shrink on the wire, and now I'm going to solder the wires together. Get that wire hot enough for the solder to start flowing. Alright, same thing on the other wire. These wires that come on this thing, on this adapter that I bought here, is a little big, but that's better than small, so not too big a deal. And you can buy these Power Wheels adapter here, and whether you got Milwaukee or DeWalt or whatever tools, if you do buy one of these pumps here, I would recommend that you probably change the battery to whatever power tools that you have by that adapter. And that way have a battery charged up, because I have DeWalt and Milwaukee batteries, but I always have those charged up. I keep one of each on a charger, and I have that charger wired to my shop light, so when I turn the shop lights on it will charge, and then when I turn the shop lights off it will not. That way it won't stay on all the time. And so it works out pretty good that way. And that's how I do it. Now then, we'll let that cool for just a second, and let's see if we can stuff it all back up in here. We'll let that cool off a minute. We'll get our stuff back in there and see which way the battery needs to go on. Alright, so let it cool just a little bit. It's definitely going to make the most sense to mount this up like this. And I just pushed those wires in there, trying to figure out exactly where. I'm making put that screw back in the center right here through this. We're going to see if that'll work like that. If it will, we'll just do that. The battery will be mounted a little higher, but that's not going to hurt anything. And then the wires are going right directly in. So if I could put another screw up here to keep it from twisting. Which is already better than what they had. See here, does it work? It appears to. I think that's going to work. Unless they got it wired backwards or something. I need to make sure it's pumping. I guess I'll set it down over here and pump it in, squeeze the trigger, make sure it's pumping. Let's see if we can pump some in this water bottle right here. I just want to make sure that the pump's not running backwards. If maybe in China, black is hot and red's ground or something. I don't know. Never know. It does appear that is the case, because it is definitely pumping backwards. 100% pumping backwards. Yeah, it's got suction on it. Well, like I said, never hurts to check. Who would have thought that? So now, you gotta redo it. Wow. So you gotta hook your red to your black, and your black to your red, evidently. Who would have guessed that? Is that not something? Guess we'll cut them loose and do it again. And I'll just snip these off a little shorter, make this a little better, a little easier. Another piece of heat shrink over there. Here may be an issue. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Pull the wire out of their connection in there. So now I'm going to have to take more stuff apart. Oh well, we're learning. I'm going to have to take this piece right here apart. Maybe what I should have did to start with. If you watch this video, you'll know how to do yours in the best and easiest way, I guess. If you happen to have one of these. Kind of snaps together, it appears. And yeah, so their wire colors doesn't mean very much. They just got it hooked up with little bitty wire nuts. Go figure, right? Okay, well, I guess we just need to hook this black wire onto that right there, because that was where the black wire was hooked. So in order to do that, we are just going to solder right to it. And we'll probably do the same with that one right there. Gonna eliminate that wire nut. All right, guys, I got this thing wired up, I think, correctly. Trying to put it back together here. Hopefully, it'll pump in the right direction this time. Get this turned correctly. Wouldn't hurt to put a couple more screws in there, as I say, because this thing's going to twist. Hopefully this thing is correct and the right way now. We'll see. Oh yeah, here it comes. It doesn't pump this 1540 that well. When it's cold, it's about 50 degrees out now. It's a pretty slow flow rate. I don't know, it's probably a gallon a minute or something. It's not very fast. Pumping oil. But it does work with the Milwaukee battery now. Now we got to do the other one. So this is the one I have rigged up to pump fuel with. I'm not going to film all of me doing this one because it's going to be the same thing. But I have it set up with a nozzle on the end, a suction hose, and a filter system, as you see there. And this is a quite handy little setup. You need to pump fuel from one thing to another and not having to hook up battery leads like most of your cordless pumps that are available. It's very handy. So let's snip this off, and probably not going to take this apart like I did the other one, at least I'm going to try not to. And I'm just going to snip it and do it like I was going to do the other one originally, and make sure to wire it up correctly this time, now that I know that the black is actually hot and the red is ground. All right, guys, I've got this one here converted over. Let's see if it works. It does come on. See, does it pump? I think it's going the right way. I got the end of it capped off down here on the suction side. Take that loose. Yep. Good to go. I think that's going to work very well, because I always keep a Milwaukee battery charged up, and they have the light on them, as you know, to tell how much juice is in there. So hopefully that's going to work pretty well for us. This thing here's done got a little crooked on me. That could be built a little bit more sturdy, but anyway, it works. And as far as the actual pump working, I've not really had any troubles with it. It's been with the batteries. So hopefully we got that fixed now by converting it to a Milwaukee style. I think they should probably consider doing that from the factory there, converting them over to a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or something like that, that everyone has, instead of that special battery. And I would think if they wasn't producing the battery, they might could even sell the pump a little cheaper, but I don't know, they probably won't do that. So if you decide to buy one of those pumps, it's an Anbull pump. I'll put a link in the description if I remember. If not, there's some other videos on my channel where when I purchased it and setting them up and everything, and you can go check them out there. But anyway, they do work, and that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching.